Up and I ran into a little bit of a snag here.
Right now, everything looks pretty questionable.
Set it up right now. My life is on the line. As you can see, that was pretty crazy. So how do you like your arches?
I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty ugly.
We got the cabinet off. I don't know if that's mold or just dirt and dust. A little stanky on the deal. Gotta pop these out before I can get my drywall cleaned up. They put the water feed for the fridge. They just took a hole through the wall and they stuck a hose bib, or they just tied that into the hose bib outside. Pretty gangster. Nice little wall patch there. That falls into the Art Deco, I think, of the house. But yeah, I mean, that's what you get for your hard-earned money.
We went from a boat to a jungle to this. And today, we're deep in the butler's pantry. Okay, we read all your comments. We know there's a lot of echo in the house after we took out the carpet. Clearly there's a lot of echo in here. We do have mics, so hopefully this is better for you. The only negative side is Matt's a big time mouth breather from getting his nose broken 1,000 times.
This fight can easily be finished right here if McCook keeps landing punches.
I have to switch the audio a lot, but that's me problem. So don't worry about it, guys. I'll do my best.
And realistically, the echo was a design mechanism for me because I live in a house now with 2 women, so I gotta say everything twice anyhow. Figure the echo, just get ahead of it, and it just goes, oh. So maybe they actually hear me with the echo. They don't pay me no mind, I guess. I get no respect. I'm Rodney Dangerfield over here. Anyways, Matt's working on the scratch coat, and the repair of the old skylight is coming out. It is a little rough on the edges, but Matt thinks he'll be able to float it out. Yeah, there was some corner bead that I should have taken off that I left up there. For some reason I thought it would give me a better guide, but there's 2 parts, corners where it's bent and it protrudes out quite a bit. So I think I'm gonna have to knock that up in there, but it is coming out pretty okay. Something I'm learning about how to apply these kind of mundane jobs to life lessons, but I'll get into that later. But I said I've been learning lessons from this drywall thing. And what I have learned is that it's important in life, just like in drywall, to go small layer by small layer. It's that tedium, that's always gotten to me, and I haven't had much patience in learning to be a dad over the past year. I realized I should have given more time and effort to learning patience throughout the years, but I've always been kind of like a getter done, hit it hard, get it done, and enjoy life. But what I've learned with drywall, what it's taught me, is that you just can't do that. Life is far better served in some instances to just take your time and go little teeny tiny layer by little teeny tiny layer. And that's what I learned with fatherhood. I just wanted to be a good dad all at once. I wanted to be a good dad, a good husband, make sure my wife was taken care of, my baby was safe, and that I was enjoying the process, that I could still call my mom a couple times a day, still run a flourishing YouTube off-grid business, have chickens and goats. And what I learned was I had to peel it back. I was putting on the mud way too thick, and it made life hard on me. What I did was I moved back stateside, slowed things down a little bit, really focused on what mattered, and now I'm starting to add it back thin layer by thin layer, and everything's coming out much, much smoother. Also, another thing a baby will teach you is that things gotta be clean. I know we didn't see me cleaning my tools too much in Puerto Rico or on the boat because I was just ripping it and trying to get back to that horizon. But now I've realized with my mudding that it's important to keep things clean and tidy, because the tiniest little bit of something that you miss, one little hard rock, and this will ruin the whole thing, and you got to climb up and down a ladder 4 or 5 times. So it's a lot better just to take this 4 or 5 minutes and clean them every single time, because this is the pretty work. This is making things smooth, and things only go smooth in life if you slow it down and do it piece by piece. That's enough of my rant. I'm gonna keep cleaning my tools. On to our very controversial 30-inch openings. I have the drywall done, and now I just gotta true up these edges so that I can keep going with the mud on this particular entryway. All right, time to start zipping with the Roto Ripper. This makes your edges perfectly flat. I know that the drywall guy said it doesn't really matter because it goes behind a bead anyway, but for some reason, my OCD tells me that perfect flat to perfect flat is gonna make a whole better thing that's not gonna shatter when I'm trying to bring my appliances through these very controversial 30-inch doors.
I don't know about you guys, but that was pretty satisfying in my opinion. Real flush. Check it out, everybody. Real flush. Now you can put your corner bead on.
Now this sweet boy can fit right in there. And it'll make you look real good. All right, so I got this door tightened up and I ran into a little bit of a snag here. I'm putting in my piece that bends at the top, and just like this one, I was trying to screw it in first with the metal one, but the straight ones, when you screw them in, they kind of tighten themselves up and they give you a good clean line. This one, because maybe it's so much more flexible and it's able to twist, it's giving me kind of like a wavy texture. So I'm thinking I'll just mix up some hot mud, put a bed in there, and then bed this in, because this has a lot of little holes in it, and I saw something where the mud squeezes through all those holes and holds it in tight. So I think I'll do that. I'll bed it in there, I'll screw it in the middle and just on the ends, and it should give me a smoother bend with less kinks, and then I can go in and stabilize it with a few screws later. So that's what I'm gonna do. you like your arches?
I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty ugly. They aren't looking very good.
Wow. It's just the first coat. It's just the build up for right now. Building up, filling in that channel. But don't worry. Thanks for your kind words of encouragement.
I think it's gonna come out, but right now it looks pretty bad. This butler's room is taking a lot of work, guys. This is a lot of layers. There's a lot of details that I think, well, I'll ask Matt because I don't want to speak for him. I don't think we fully thought this through how drywalling goes. It's layer after layer of work and then sanding and then layering and mess and nightmare.
Yeah, there is some layering mess and a nightmare, but all in all though, it goes pretty quick because you can do a bunch because I have unlimited to do in here. So you can just keep going because you basically have to let it dry for a whole day before you can sand it and then fix it. So it's, you know, one long go, and then you stop, and then it has to dry all night. So it works out pretty well. It's relatively forgiving to work with. It's not the hardest job I've ever had, that's for sure. But it is tedious, and I could hire a guy. You know, I could hire a guy, but then I gotta pay. And then it's...
Yeah. And they never do as well as you hope. That's our problem with paying out, is we'll pay out if we knew it was gonna come out like awesome, but it never comes out awesome. It always comes out subpar, and then you're like, why did I pay? I feel like I could have just done that myself. You have some on your lips. Have you been eating it?
I've tasted it. See, that's good.
All right, guys, this is a apology. I didn't have the microphone set up properly this entire video till just now. So whatever the audio may be, I haven't looked at the clips yet or edited it. Forgive me. Now we're getting into one of the most exciting days. Matt is going to be starting to sand a lot of this down. So right now, everything looks pretty questionable. I don't know how the ceiling's gonna come out. I don't know how the archways are gonna come out, but we're gonna start some sanding and then we have a little more layering to do. But once the sanding starts, that's when you know.
Yeah, I have 2 full coats over the ceiling and then 3 coats over the patch. So now I'm going to do a light sand, knock down some of the ridges, then I'm gonna do a thin coat, hopefully a final thin coat. But I will keep going back until this is perfectly smooth because that's what we're accepting here. So if I gotta sand it 4 more times and mud it 10 more times, I'm getting it baby butt smooth.
So that's a weird thing to say. Matt has made some adjustments to his DIY scaffolding. So let's look at these upgrades that you've made.
So I added an extension out of the old archway that I made decorations for the baby's birthday party. I had that extra wood and it was perfectly sized to fit through the door. This thing just pops on and off. So I can take this through my very controversial 30-inch doorways, and it's very stable. It runs really well. I think when I go into the big room, I'll screw it all together because there are no controversial 30-inch doorways. Cuts that time in half and I can reach both sides. I can go wall to wall, corner to corner. There's a few little tweaks I can make to make it better, but so far this is working really well. And I got this scaffolding, I'm all in for like $27. So I'm gonna call that a win. Set it up right now. My life is on the line. got my top sanded, knocked down all the ridges. It's the ridges that get you the low spots you ain't really got to spend too much time on. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't know if they can fight, but I bet them boys that do that hand sanding all day with that push broom, I bet they can punch hard. That's hard work for sure. But it's nice and smooth. I'm ready for more coats. I think this would have been a 3-coat and done had I not had that big patch, or had I even approached it differently. I should have removed all of the corner bead that they used on there, but I didn't, so I ended up having to tap dance around that. But either way, got a little bit more mud, got a skim coat to go. I did shock myself again sanding on those lights. So I think this time I'm gonna start in the low side and scrape out before I get jamming that corner again all sweaty and get shocked.
All right, guys, it's another day of dust. What would you call this?
I'd call it the hardest job you'll ever love.
What?
Got me red Solo cupping it first thing in the morning. I got whiskey in here, y'all.
He does not.
I'm a real drywaller now. We drink in the morning. No, yeah, it's rough on that hand sander. Dusting, you sand it down, you put a little more on. You sand it down. This is, this is an art form, but I just had my one friend, Uncle Joseph. He told me I can't do level 5 drywall. He said, you're not gonna be able to do level 5 drywall. So now to prove him wrong, I gotta rip it.
We're in dust era of nightmares. I don't even know what to call this. It's terrible. Matt's sore, and it doesn't help that his hobby on his spare time is windsurfing. That's another full body thing. He's beating himself to a pulp, so I need everyone in the comments to tell him stop doing full body exercises on windsurfing.
Yeah, and I need everyone in the comments to tell Christian, if you don't use it, you lose it. Whatever you want more of, you
Well, I need everybody in the comments to tell Matt. We can't just go back and forth with
Are you guys our marriage counselor now?
I need everyone to tell him to stop.
Everyone in the comments is on my side.
No, they're not. They're telling you to wear shoes like I've been telling you to wear shoes forever.
Listen, they're just a bunch of crotchety, they're a bunch of crotchety old men like me, just pissed off at everything they see. So they say, put some shoes on, boy. And then as soon as I put the shoes on, they're gonna flip flop and they're gonna go, oh yeah, nice shoes, soft, can't even work barefoot. I have a collective, of a base of people that enjoy the channel. So I can't please everybody, but I will try. But yeah, it's you're a marriage counselor now, and you can settle who's right and who's wrong.
I don't even know where we're going with this, but I want to show you guys something, so come follow me. All right, welcome to my entryway. I need your guys' help. It has this whole knockout area of the drywall, which would have been great if we could remove it, but on the other side, it holds our AC situation. So we had to leave that there. Now, before, if you guys remember, if you're new here, there was a wall here and there was like an octagon cutout where you walk through. I got rid of that, but now I have this open giant space here. And should I do like some kind of built-in? Should I have some sort of bench built in with like storage where you put your shoes on and you leave? Should I make like an archway hallway that goes into here. I just feel like this area right here is really blank and I don't know what to do with it. I went on ChatGPT and I tried to do some AI stuff, so I'll leave those here if you guys think those look cool. But at the end of the day, I feel like something needs to go here. And I feel like the built-ins on the side of the fireplace are kind of overplayed. A lot of people do those. They are cool, but one side of our fireplace is kind of too small. It's not symmetrical. So let me know what you guys think.
All right, y'all. So as you can see, that was pretty crazy. That was a whirlwind of a dusty hellscape. But I was happy with the product. It did come out really well. I'm gonna order a bigger sander. It just doesn't come right now, so I hate sitting still when I could be getting work done. The little 5-inch did a great job, but a 9-inch will do a lot better. And also the controlling of the dust. The vacuum hose that fits right in, I taped mine up and it worked really well for about 30 minutes, but with the twisting and whatnot, it was kind of buck wild on coming off and not working, but it will work. Super dusty though. I definitely need to upgrade my PPE status. I need a Tyvek suit and probably a full face cover because my eyes got blasted. One time the hose came off and I was facing the sander at me and it just blasted full dust in my face. So yeah, I might be done with that for today, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. I was happy with my patch too. It came out. It just needs tape now. Now I have it all flat and flush. Now I just need to put some tape on it, build it up a little bit, sand it, and then that's going to be looking really good also. So yeah, overall really happy, thinking it's coming out pretty good, but it's it's a beating for sure in that dust. And another quick pro tip. I mean, I can't give out too many pro tips because my eyes are full of dust, but I don't have any white stuff in my nose. I was noticing even with that respirator, some stuff would sneak in and I would have a little bit of white flakes on my nose. And the way that I would test that out is I'd take a black shirt and I'd go and wipe it all out. And I didn't get any this time because I rubbed Vaseline on the inside of the mask when I put it on, and that made like a gasket to where none of the dust got in, or obviously much less because I didn't have any sticky boogers in my nose.